Okay, let's talk about subtraction. In school, you may be asked to subtract numbers like this. That's a 6. Or when you begin a subtraction process, the first thing you should do is ask yourself, am I going to have a negative number for the answer? You must take a second look at a subtraction process. For addition, you can blindly go into the addition without worrying about anything. But for a subtraction problem, take a quick look. From 2000 something, I'm going to subtract 400 something. So clearly this answer will be okay, it's positive. From 4000 something, I'm going to subtract 800 something. Again, the answer here will be positive. Over here, from 300 something, I'm going to subtract 900 something. The answer will be negative. So in this case, the first thing I'll do is put a negative sign here so I don't forget it in the answer. And then go ahead with the subtraction. Let me leave this aside for now. Let's go ahead with subtraction, the normal subtractions, and see how to do it. Now, let me show this properly. For every subtraction problem, we proceed column by column from the right to the left. Column by column from the right to the left. Notice the numbers are right justified. In other words, you will never see, or you should never see a number like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, from there you subtract 75. The 75 is written incorrectly. It should have been written here, okay? So that the numbers are right justified. They are justified on the rightmost column. Fair enough? Okay. So let's begin the process of subtraction, column by column, from right to left. 8 minus 6. From 8, can I take away 6? Yes, I can. No problem on that column. The answer is 2. Let's go to the next column. 0 minus 6, I can't do it. From 0, I can't take away 6. So the rule is, you add 10 to the number that needs help. This number needs help. 10 minus 6. I have to add 10 over here. 10 plus 0 is 10. In effect, if you simply put a 1 next to it, you'll understand exactly what to do. 10 minus 6, 4. Now here's the important thing. You needed help in this column. My rule is, if you take help in any one column, the number that needed help, look at the diagonal number in the next column to the left. This number needed help. So the number that's diagonal to it in the next column to the left gets to be increased by 1. So over here, you're going to pretend that the 4 is 5. The rule again is, if you needed help in one column, then the number that's diagonally across from it in the next column to the left, that number gets increased by 1. Now watch carefully. Now it's 3 minus 5. But again, I can't do it. 3 minus 5, I can't do it. So add 10 to it. 13 minus 5 is 8. So far so good. 13 minus 5 is 8. But I took help over here. So this number gets increased by 1. What is this number? This number is a 0. The original number was 466. I could have written that as 0466 or 00466. Any number of zeros in front of it. So, we presume there's a number 0 here. This column needed help. So this number across from it, diagonally across from it, gets increased by 1. So instead of 2, you pretend it's 1. Instead of 0, you pretend it's 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, and there's your answer. Let's take a look at this one. We proceed again, column by column, from the right to the left. From 4,000 something, we are subtracting 800 something. The answer will be positive, so we can go ahead with the subtraction. 1 minus 7, I can't do it. 11 minus 7 is 4. But I took help over here. This number gets increased by 1. So I have to pretend that the 9 is 10. 2 minus 10, can't do it. So again I'm going to take help over here. 12 minus 10 is 2. But because I took help over here, this guy gets increased by 1. So I'm going to pretend that the 8 is a 9. 3 minus 9, still can't do it. 13 minus 9 is 4. So far so good. Because I took help over here, this number gets increased by 1. There's nothing here, so we pretend there is a 1 over here. We pretend there is a 1 over here. 4 minus 1 is 3. And there's your answer. Let's take another example. Seven two zero eight 3 minus 4809. The numbers are right, justified correctly. From 7,000 something, I'm trying to remove 4,000 something, so the answer will be a positive answer. I don't have to worry about negatives right now. So far so good. Let's start. Column by column from the right to the left. 3 minus 9, I can't do it. 13 minus 9 is 4. But I took help over here. So this guy gets increased by 1. Pretend this is 1. 8 minus 1, 7. Yes, I can do it. This one did not need any help. So this one remains intact. Continue. Next column. 0 minus 8. Can't do it. 10 minus 8 is 2. I took help over here. This guy gets increased by 1. This is now 5. 2 minus 5. Can't do it. Pretend. So remember, when you take help, you're adding 10 to the number. 10 plus 2 is 12. So if you just put a 1 in front of it, you'll get the idea. So remember, this was 2. 2 minus 5, I couldn't do it. 12 minus 5 is 7. But I took help over here. This guy gets increased by 1. There's a 0 over here right now. So we pretend there's a 1. 7 minus 1 will give you 6. And you're all done. Now, in school, you may be taught a different method of subtraction. I think this method is far superior because it allows you to go column by column and complete each column before you go on to the next one. And my method simply says that if you needed help in any one column, like in this case 0 minus 8, you can't do it, add over here, add 10 over here, and therefore change this one by 1 more. That's my method. You took help over here, increase this by 1. If you take help over here, increase this by 1, and so on. This method is far superior to the one you may be taught in school, but let me go through that method in school. I should have used the same numbers. Okay, whatever. 12,487. Let me put it this way. 0907 minus 4835. Take a quick look. From 12,000 or 120,000 something, I'm subtracting 4,000 something, so we are not going to have a negative answer. Let's see what the school says sometimes. From right to left, which is correct. 7 minus 5 is 2, no problem, everything is fine. 0 minus 3, I can't do it. So 10 minus 3 is 7, so far so good. Now my method says that if you take help over here, this guy goes up by 1. But the school says no. If you take help in this column, this guy, the one next to it, has to go down by 1. So, instead of 9, let's pretend this is 8. Now let's continue with this column. 8 minus 8, 0. No help needed, everything is cool. 0 minus 4, I can't do it. So 10 minus 4 is 6. My method says, now increase this one by 1, but the school says no. Lower this one by 1. So instead of 2, it is 1. 1 minus nothing is 1. 1 minus nothing is 1. And this is what the school wants you to do. In this case, it was good enough, but sometimes you'll run into a major issue. Let me try this example out. Bring it to school way. 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 8. From there I want to minus 999. Larger number, subtracting a smaller number, so we are okay, we'll get a positive answer. 8 minus 9, I can't do it. 18 minus 9 is 9, I took help over here. My method would increase this by 1, but school says no. Now watch carefully. School says reduce this by 1. I can't reduce 0 by 1. So I look at the next column for help. 0, 0 still means 0. I can't reduce 0 by 1. I look at the next column for help. I can't reduce 0 by 1. I look at the next column for help. I can't reduce 0 by 1. So I look at this one for help and I say, yes, I can reduce this guy by 1. But I can't just reduce this one, because what is amounting to is, this is 20,000 by 1. See, let me just repeat this. I took help over here. The school says reduce this by 1. Can't do it. Look at the next column for help. Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. Because all this still means 0. Now this is 20,000 to be reduced by 1. You're going to get 19,999. And now you can go ahead with the subtraction, but you see the illogic in what has happened. You're forced to do a subtraction within a subtraction. What are the chances you're going to get confused in this method? 100%. Now, if I follow the school method, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 0 is 9, this is now 9, instead of 0, this is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. You see, I'm getting confused too. 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus nothing is 9, 9 minus nothing is 9, 1 minus nothing is 1, 1. I don't like this method at all. It is totally confusing. My method, where if you take help in a column, you increase this guy by 1, makes a lot more sense. It allows you to go column by column without getting goofed up. Without your having to do a subtraction within a subtraction. Your choice. Thank you.